morning, everybody. Do you know, I'm still amused that the band behind me, for those of you that might not know me, I am Philippa, and I used to teach and once announced in church that I liked the fact that the school children would answer me back when I went, good morning. So this lot behind me, every time I say good morning when I'm leading, go, good morning, Mrs. Dawson. So actually, before I move on into announcing our notices, why don't you turn to the person next to you and actually say, good morning. They might be your nearest and dearest, but I bet you didn't literally wake up and go, good morning. So start with a good morning to the people around you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mrs. Dawson.
I need to wait about 10 minutes as the congregation tends to arrive about 10 minutes later. Well, on the hope that you have already had time to say good morning to the people around you, if you haven't done, then over the next hour or so, do make sure you speak to at least 2 people you didn't come to church with to say good morning and hope it's a fabulous Sunday. I have to admit to being slightly disappointed that it's raining because the forecast is never, ever right. However, let's move on with some notices. So, next Sunday will be our annual parish meeting. It will happen immediately after the Sunday service. It's a legal requirement that we hold, in fact, a parish meeting and an annual parish meeting. I'm sure that's not quite the right words, but either way, there are 2 meetings that follow on from each other. The first one elects our 2 church wardens. The second one elects and listens to everything that has gone on in 2025, and it's about reporting and hearing about the mission of the church and all of the fabulous things that happened during 2025, as well as just a bit of reflecting forward of where we're at and the things that we hope to achieve this year. So please do stay after the service next week. It's a short meeting. We will have coffee and cake, and, well, not as if we don't at the end of every service, but it would be lovely to have more people here for that. Then there are a few other things. Clearly we have life groups going on in the week, so if you're not in a life group and would like to join one, then please come and speak to one of the team. Anybody that's wearing a yellow halyard at the end, lanyard even, will be able to tell you more about the life groups. We have prayer that happens on a Thursday morning. Is it still at 7, Dan? In the morning. So it's between 7 and 8 on a Thursday morning. So if you'd like to come and join that group, that would be fabulous. The other thing is, I don't know whether any of you have noticed, but we've had a little gap from lots of posting on Facebook and Instagram because we had an issue with gaining access to our long-standing site. So we have started some new sites, which the lovely Jude is responsible for posting stuff on. So if you go to our website, so just type in St Margaret's Church, Southsea, you will find that you come up with the website, and at the top of that page, you will find the links to both Facebook and Instagram. If you go on Facebook at all, it's worth you doing it a couple of times off your phones, off your computers, because then it will remember that new link. So that now on my phone, when I put in St Mags, it comes up with the new Facebook link. But if you go from that web page, so our church web page, you will find that you have got the link to the Facebook page. That would be fabulous. The other thing is that for those of you that are involved in the pantry at all, you will be aware that the number of people who are coming to the pantry is consistently increasing. So we get more and more people each week. There is some new funding available, which we are about to apply for. However, that funding is mainly aimed at resilience services. So it's the services that help people, point people in the right direction to managing their own finances. Now, we are expecting to get some support from that grant, but not to the level that we have received historically. So that if you, your neighbours, or any organisation you belong to are in a position to be able to collect for the pantry, either goods or financially, please do think about doing that. Because otherwise, within 2026, we may find that we're having to look at how our pantry offer is in place. And as I say, at the moment it is quite clear that people are struggling and our numbers are increasing rather than decreasing. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so on Friday it was High Tide, which is a youth event that happens across the city. So I'm going to invite Joe and Phoebe to come and talk a little bit about what happened last Friday. So Joe, just explain to everybody, and I'll give you the microphone, explain to everybody a bit about High Tide and what you both did.
Cool, yeah, so High Tide is our monthly youth event across Portsmouth. So all the kind of youth groups from across the churches, they meet together at a different location every month on a Friday night. And there's games, there's food, there's worship, and then there's a little talk as well, and like some prayer ministry at the end. And it's a really special time. So we hosted it Friday, and yeah, we got some pictures up here. So we did tug of war, so we like split the church like right down the middle. And we did tug of war. That was leaders versus kids. And I think leaders won only just. I don't know if, like, Tom Rayner is like, he's not here today, but I'm going to talk bad about him anyway. He can be quite, like, quiet sometimes, but he was, like, really shouting, really getting into it. So it's really, really funny. And then is there another picture as well? Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the worship. That was, like, a bit of a highlight for me. So, like, we had loads of people. We had over 80 teenagers and I think 25 leaders, so over 100 people in the building. So it was really encouraging. And the worship was really special. We had Phoebe up there and we had Abby up there. So it was really nice to see them. Abby, would you like to share maybe a highlight from High Tide?
Well, obviously I did the worship, which was my favourite because it's the only bit I did. But it was quite fun to, obviously I love my band, but you know, it was quite fun to play with different people, especially some youths. And I enjoyed the kind of energy of it, and the hot dogs were pretty good, so.
Yeah, there we go, that was it. But yeah, it was really cool, so that's it. Thank you.
Thank you both very much. Yeah, definite round of applause. So again, it's a monthly event, High Tide. So if you just hold that in your heart and again add to your prayer list our youth in general, we are getting a lot of youth every Wednesday. We've had, I think we were at over 40 people the other week, and certainly over 30 young people coming to that group. So it's exciting. It's stretching our limits in terms of what they want to do, but they're here and they're excited about stepping into church and having some fun and just hearing some more about Jesus. So it's very exciting. Now I'm going to hand to Dan, who's got a couple of things to talk about.
Yes, thanks Philippa and Joe and Phoebe. Hi, I'm Dan, I'm the vicar. Good to have you with us. And on that note of our youth ministry, we really do need more team members on Wednesdays, and particularly female leaders would be great. So if you feel that's something for you, or you know someone who might be interested in helping on Wednesday evenings with our youth ministry, that would be fantastic.